back. It's a nasty problem. Over 1 million gallons of partially treated wastewater dumped into the Kalamazoo River overnight.
And this incident stemming from a disinfection feed system failure at the city's wastewater treatment plant. News Channel 3's Autumn Pitcher has more on what city officials are saying after this major problem occurred.
The Department of Public Services found out about this system failure at around 11 p.m. last night. Now, they tell me they've been working all day long to install more alarms to prevent a discharge of this magnitude from happening again.
It's a stench no one wants to smell or deal with, as 1.0506 million gallons of partially treated wastewater is now living in the waters of the Kalamazoo River following a system failure at the wastewater treatment plant.
This flow went through all the treatment processes except for the very last step, and that last step is disinfection.
Urging public services and the Kalamazoo County Health Department to send out an alert to stay out of the river from Patterson Street Bridge to the D Avenue Bridge in Cooper Township.
Pathogenic bacteria usually has pretty instantaneous health effects. Those are things that are going to make you sick, usually involving gastrointestinal type illnesses, stomach aches.
However, James Baker, the City of Kalamazoo Public Services Director, tells me animals are safe.
The bacteria that are in the Kalamazoo River, the fish and the wildlife, they're not affected by this.
The wastewater plant provides service to over 150,000 residents in 18 local jurisdictions, using innovative systems to knock out pollutants.
And how many steps are in the process?
The main steps are physical, chemical, biological, and then tertiary treatment and chlorination, dechlorination. We flow about 28 million gallons a day to the river.
Thursday night, skipping the last step, sending bacteria plummeting into the river from North Harrison Street.
There's a big pipe under us, like a box culvert that goes from where those weirs drop off into, then through that conduit out into the Kalamazoo River.
The disinfection system was restored in a few hours. However, Baker tells me they're looking at upping mitigation by adding additional alarms.
Now, as soon as one of those pumps stops working, we've programmed in alarms to our system. We're going to notify our treatment operators.
Water sampling currently underway to protect the public's health.
We want to verify that it's clean and clear before we have folks recreate.
First sample results will be coming in on Saturday. However, officials say they might have to review several samples before lifting this advisory and determining the water to be safe.
Staffing shortages at the Kalamazoo County Juvenile Home sends a ripple effect throughout the county.
A lack of help means the home really can't be managed to its full capacity. Tonight, News Channel 3's Allie Jenner-John spoke with local law enforcement and tells us why they say kids are noticing, and this is really impacting crime rates.
The number of juvenile offenders already in this home and staff numbers are taken into account when an arrest is made. Kalamazoo County Sheriff Richard Fuller tells me there's been times when they arrest a kid for a lesser crime, maybe stealing a car versus a murder, then they have nowhere to take them. He also says juveniles are noticing what offenses don't land them in this home, and then the next week his deputies are arresting the same suspects for the same crime. Kids behind the wheel and leading the pack. We've shown you different dash cam videos over the last year of stolen cars and police chases.
Dispatch has been updated.
Kalamazoo County Sheriff Richard Fuller says many of the suspects are repeat offenders.
Our staff, the deputies on patrol, see the same players involved in some of the same crimes on multiple occasions.
He says that's because
they're recognizing that certain offenses are not going to the juvenile home because there's not a space for them.
For a few reasons. A lack of staff makes it difficult to manage the home at full capacity. Also, according to Administrator Peter Holt, they don't release kids until they can do so successfully and in a way that keeps our community safe.
A lot of our kids have been here for a very long time just because they're not safe to return to the community. I have a few kids that are actually pushing a year being here because we just don't have things in place for them to be let out.
Holt says a series of raises has helped to improve staff and application levels.
It does take us quite a while to make sure that folks are trained up to do the job. There's a lot of state requirements on training. So we're working really hard to get our staffing up right now.
So the next time one of Sheriff Fuller's deputies picks up a kid committing a crime of any kind, they'll be taken here, not home. Holt says the facility is currently hiring. You can find out more about their openings on our website, WWMT.com.